And most of that was tax cuts for the super wealthy, for millionaires, billionaires, big corporations. To pay for it, they added a bunch of money to the debt, $2 trillion in deficit spending, and then they cut healthcare by nearly $1 trillion. So we have to restore that healthcare, and then we have to restore the ACA tax credits. So there are a lot of folks who are going to lose their healthcare because the tax credits or the subsidies that help them pay for healthcare on the marketplace that's gone away. So there's tens of millions of Americans who need a little extra help buying health insurance on the marketplace, and we need to create probably a new program. If they pass the ACA subsidies, that's great. If not, I have proposed that we create something new where those folks who need a little extra help buying health insurance get that extra help so that they get the health insurance that they need. And that means that there's more people that have health insurance. That's better for everybody. The next is updating what is required of these companies when they provide insurance so that it includes the mental health, and that the mental health includes things that actually work. Oftentimes, there are engagement, interventions that aren't covered, but they're more effective. And this has a lot to do with childhood trauma. Most of the interventions that really work on childhood trauma are not covered. And so that's legislation we're working on.
What about, so my neighbor's problem was her son. No, it was her daughter. One's a son, one's a daughter. She's 21, and she contacted, mental health services multiple times, and they were like, no, she has to volunteer to go in, and because she was 21, she just couldn't get any kind of help. So is that something that can change, or
I'd have to get into the specifics, the young adult, and maybe you can connect me, or
absolutely.
If it's one of those things where she couldn't get the help she needs, it could be a resource thing. It's probably more resources than a policy, but you never know.
Right, and my worry is about young adults, right? Because some of the students that I teach are pretty immature, and you take that immaturity into 20s and stuff like that, and I just think that's a pivotal year. You've got 21 to 25 and a lot of mental health, and so I think that might be something we might want to look at again.
There was a story in the New York Times today about about a 10% decrease in youth suicides.
Really?
Yeah, and part of it was because it was so high during COVID, but part of it is the 1-800 numbers, the hotlines, the suicide hotlines. They are working, but Trump just said they can't, or maybe this is in certain states, they have to get rid of the LGBT option. Press 3 for this particular set of services, which is going to hurt a lot of kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
So reversing these things, that's going to happen, when we take back the majority.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're talking about healthcare is super expensive, and you have just outrageous bills, I'm pretty sure, and I'm hoping that the Democrats are going to win, in the midterms, large. What other things can you do for affordability issues? I have my daughter's budget, if you want to see it. I contacted her. She pays $850 in rent. I could just go through the whole thing, and
so I've laid out.
Go ahead. I read your thing.
Yeah, so I've laid out a full-blown, comprehensive governing document for the next Congress and the next President of the United States.
What are some things in it, just to give us some hard stuff?
So one is you got to fix the tax code. Right now you have millionaires, billionaires, and these big corporations who don't pay all their taxes. They don't even come close. And so you fix the tax code so that you can invest in healthcare, housing, childcare, and lowering taxes for working people. But that requires a lot of courage.
Right.
The second thing is you got to break up these big corporations where they have enormous market share and they're jacking up prices. So Ticketmaster just got caught. A jury said that they were violating antitrust laws. They got 80% of the market share, so they're charging people way more than they need to for their tickets. And a judge is going to decide whether or not to break up the company that owns Ticketmaster, which is Live Nation. The question I ask is, why is that not Congress should do that? In 1996, when AT&T had 80% of the telecommunications market, Congress broke it up into 8 different companies. Now it has reconsolidated into 3 companies that do wireless. AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Those 3 companies have 90% of the market share. So you go across the board, you have a huge, massive antitrust